It is time for a new constitution. Now, I just did about a 14-minute video really going over this. I'm going to make this about a 3 to 5 minute video. I'm going to go through this really rapidly. But if you want, on the same day, September 16th, September 17th, 2022, go look for the other video that's longer that's going to go through it. But it's time for a new constitution. We really respect the current constitution, but it's not protecting itself. We need to make it more robust, to have more protections, to make it limited government, and to protect civil liberties. Those are being violated right now, and the federal government is doing a lot more than they're allowed to do through the current constitution. So it's Constitution Day 2022, and this is my policy for that. So the proper respect for the current constitution is it has advanced liberty tremendously, not just in our country, but the example has advanced it throughout the world. It has advanced our lifestyle tremendously, our liberties, our standard of living, and the like. So you can stop and read some of these if you wish to, but that's an important one. 70% of government spending or more is not allowed under the current constitution, and most of the regulations are not. So the Constitution cannot protect itself. Now, the new proposed Constitution retains many of the essential safeguards in the current Constitution, but it has additional safeguards, real structural safeguards within the Constitution to give people real power to limit government and not allow government to protect or not allow government to infringe on civil liberties. It protects civil liberties. So it retains this separation of powers into 3 branches, but goes much farther. It replaces representation from the winner of elections to your selection of your representatives. All you do is gather with 5% of your fellow citizens to get a representative, and they represent you. A new concept of how to get representatives, and we switch from elections to selections. Now, there's elections within your membership to get that top representatives, and because you have a group right there. So additionally, every citizen will select their representatives in all 30 distinct sectors. We have distinct sectors of the governance: education, diplomats, war. The military, EPA with the roads, all sorts of stuff. We separate all government power. No one person is in charge of more than one sector, so we separate that power. The federal government goes down from about 25% of GDP to about 5% of GDP. That's tremendous. Pullback from the federal government, going to the states, but not staying at the states necessarily, going to the individual, going to competitive governance. You get to select how much government you want in your life, because we're going to go to competitive governance. Let's get to that in the next step. The most significant addition to the advancement of liberty is the creation of competitive governance. So that's what I'm proposing here. Sure, a few areas need to go across the board to declare war. We all have to go to war together. Definition of violent crime and the like. There's some things, yes. We're not going overboard on this. We do have about 5 to 10, maybe even 15% of governance going to be monopolized by representatives, true representatives, like I talked about at the beginning, where you select your representatives along with 5% or more of your fellow citizens to get your representatives. So let's finish off this video. Everything's addressed in the Constitution. So I go through everything. It's about 14,000 words, so I really go through it. And really I address every concern. Okay, competitive governance only govern their members, so it's so important to understand that. So it's all inclusive. So taxes, benefits, regulations, bureaucracies only within your government. So they do it all for you within that sector, whether it's education, taxes, whether it's whatever it is. Insurance regulations, whatever. Okay, this set of reforms creates competitive school boards, so that's highly important. Competitive healthcare systems, competitive retirement systems, competitive roads, is competitive almost everything else. Any set of regulations from manufacturing to whatever. Taxes, even taxes, yes. Okay, this proposal creates competitive police, competitive military, but both with significant societal oversight, representative control for, especially for the commander-in-chief and the like, and declaring war. And they have to respect civil liberties. There's oversight board for everything that might get out of control. The system retains a mandate for citizens to help the poor, but moves that mandate from taxes to the current government. So we get rid of government welfare. We replace it with a mandate to donate to a competitive charity system within your philosophy of how you want to give to charity. So a lot to that. Competitive governance can be more libertarian or socialist in nature, but remember, they only govern themselves from taxes, benefits, regulations, and bureaucracy. So if you go with socialism, it's only those people who, it's an opt-in system. The competitive government only governs its members, so I'll keep on repeating that one. The proposed constitutional amendment is about 14,000 words compared to 4,400 for the current Constitution. I add in so many words to limit government. I give it power here, here, and here where it needs it, and I really pull back power. So every time I give power, I pull it back so it cannot infringe on our liberties. So everything's easy to find on my website, Haley2024.org. Until the next video.